welcome to another episode of A Beer with Atlas. I'm Rich.
I'm Brian.
And we have a very special guest this week, a superstar in our industry.
In the alcohol industry,
In the alcohol.
That's where I really shine.
In the nurse drinking industry.
Yeah.
She is their whisperer.
The wine whisperer?
The wine whisperer.
I'll take that title. It kind of sounds creepy, but I'll take it.
There you go, right there. Hannah Bryant is with us today.
Hey.
Why is Hannah with us today? Because one of her nurses, Susie Webb, and her trusty sidekick, Hershey, sent us 2 beers from her last contract out on the West Coast. One of them is from Lead Dog Brewing. It is a Hazy Double IPA, which Hannah is going to love. That one specifically is from Reno. The second one is called Lateral from Double Brewing in Turlock, California.
Yep. And Susie was on assignment in Redding, so lots in that area to see and do, specifically with the drinking situation. So
There you go. So,
I'm proud of you, Susie.
right on. So, okay, we are going to get right into as soon as Jamie takes pictures of the cans for us here.
I love the cans. Super cute.
The
from
art.
a aesthetic perspective.
The art on the cans is fantastic.
Yep.
Brian and I have talked about this before, that the art on craft beer is awesome.
Like, as a woman, that is how I'm going back to wine, but that's how I choose a bottle of wine sometime, is by the label. And same with beer. If I like the label, I might try it out.
Brian, have you ever chose a beer just strictly based on the label?
Always.
See?
Always.
Really?
You
Sure,
have, Rich, haven't you?
Oh,
That's-
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the name of the game. When the shelf space is limited, you got to have eye poppers. You know?
Yeah.
So I like that one with the cards on it. I can
Yep.
see that from
And
here.
hops.
Yeah. So first on the list, which one do you want to do first? You want to do Lead Dog? Or?
That's fine, yeah. Go
Lead
ahead.
Dog? Okay. So Lead Dog Brewing Company, it's called For Redding with Love, Hazy Double IPA. So
My guess is that they made it in support of the fires there, but apparently I was wrong.
I don't know if it's...
Oh, like the Resilience IPA.
Yeah, like, for love, we're thinking about you, Redding.
What's going to be awesome is Hannah is not an IPA fan.
I hate IPAs.
So
Give her the big one.
Yep,
Might as well
that's
be a
Hannah's
Guinness.
pour. See that? You just... I don't... No. Okay. All right, here we go.
That is hazy.
So here, let's
What
fill
makes it
this.
hazy, Brian?
Well,
Just-
I mean, the technical part is basically how it's brewed and when the hops are put in, and also just some of the main ingredients. But this style of IPA, all the hops are put in usually pretty much after the boil is done. So you're just getting the hops for the smell, the aroma, the taste, not so much bitter. So this will not be a bitter
Maybe
beer.
I will like it.
That's what we're hoping.
It smells like an IPA. It's very floral.
Mm-hmm.
I'm using wine terms here for us. So
Yeah.
I don't mind it.
that's my line.
I don't mind it.
It's not bad.
She took my
That's
line.
what you say.
Sorry.
It's not bad.
You know what? It's
That
not
is
bad.
what you said.
That is good.
I'm sorry.
It is good. It's really mild. It is not bitter at all.
That's
That's-
tasty. I like that.
Yeah. I drink that one.
7.2% alcohol by volume. I wonder what the IBUs are on this. Does it say 40?
Yeah, that's
40 IBUs.
Do
That's even-
IPAs have a higher alcohol content?
they can, especially the double ones you're getting. Usually a good IPA is going to be around 6 to 7. Then you get those doubles. Sometimes you get up to the 9 and 10ers.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you get crazy with it, like Boiler Brewing Company has a triple IPA that's 17%.
Yes.
Holy guacamole.
Yes. And have you tried it?
It made me see things.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was great. I loved it. Ooh, man, it was good.
Slept good that night.
Yeah.
It was. Now, here's the thing.
17%.
So you can age stouts, right?
Sure.
You're not aging an IPA.
You can, actually. You can barrel age IPAs. Yeah.
Would that have taken some of the booziness away from
Actually,
it?
adds booziness to
What?
it. Yeah. I can get you into those someday. We'll get you a barrel aged IPA.
Okay, we should do that.
Yeah. I
What
mean,
kind of
it
barrel?
goes against whiskey barrel usually. It goes against everything you think about with IPAs because usually you want to drink them as fresh as possible.
Right.
But then there's things like brewed IPAs you can do. Stone out of California has IPA series that they call Enjoy After.
Yes.
So they have Enjoy By, which you're supposed to drink by that certain day. They flip it and they say, don't drink this until 2 years from now. And they put it right on the bottle. So I have a couple of those too.
Really?
Yeah. So, I mean, there's
You just waiting? Do you have it on your calendar?
for sure. It's, on
And you
the-
can drink them?
it's in my Excel spreadsheet. That's no joke. I have it all
I
documented.
somehow believe he has
Right
it.
You
next
have
to
to.
pick up kid
Yeah.
from daycare?
You have to.
You have how many beer fridges again?
Well, I mean, I have 3+ fridges.
Yep.
that have turned. Some of them have turned into beer fridges. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
And I also have beer cabinets and beer storage area and a beer closet. So
Your wife must really love you.
I don't know. She's
wouldn't
not
have-
around a whole lot.
She doesn't even know about half the
That's
storage
right.
areas.
She doesn't
She
know.
thinks
Yeah.
there's a vacuum in there.
Yeah.
Little dish.
It's one of the benefits of getting home first most days. Sneak in the purchases, right, Rich?
Right, exactly. Well, I don't know about that. So
Oh.
my wife listens to this as well. So
Oops,
I have no
sorry.
idea what you're talking about.
I totally never do that. And I definitely did not do that yesterday
Definitely not.
with the new rug and
No.
picture frames.
Does Todd does not listen to our podcast, does he?
He might. He listens to a lot of podcasts.
Does he? Good
he
for
likes
him.
that one guy. Can't remember his name.
Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Yep. There
Loves
you go.
Joe
Wow,
Rogan.
what a stab in the
Gosh.
dark.
Yeah, that was.
Good job.
Well, I
Almost like,
look.
you know,
I kind
Todd
of,
pretty
I
well.
kind of know Todd.
Yeah.
That's
You know his tastes.
right. I no offense to him or whatever. I mean,
No,
Joe
I-
Rogan is definitely his.
Yeah.
His
Oh, he is.
Yep.
Talks about him all the time like
abs-
they're best friends.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
What about the WTF guy that you talked?
Yeah,
that you-
Mark Maron. I
Yeah,
like him.
You should introduce him to Mark Maron.
Okay.
He would
I
like
like
that.
Todd,
He likes.
listen to Mark Maron.
There you go.
Done.
Done. All right. So, as not an IPA fan,
I like it. It's definitely citrusy,
Yes.
and it's not too hoppy for me.
Nope.
That's what I don't like about the IPAs is the hop.
There you go. So, Lead Dog Brewing Company, Reno, Nevada. We were going to do a number of IPAs here, but then we kind of we cut down just to these two for one specific reason. We have a ton of nurses in Reno, right? We have a whole lot of
Yeah.
nurses working at a hospital there, and it's very easy to get to if you're not in Reno. Like if you're in California, this is very easy to
Absolutely.
get to.
I think it's 2-hour drive from Reading.
Right.
Susie goes there all the time to
There
the
you go.
casino.
So, there's a casino there too.
Oh my gosh, there's tons of casinos.
Oh, I
in
guess it
Reno.
is Nevada.
Yeah.
So there you
Yeah,
go.
Reno.
Yeah.
Yeah. Haven't you ever seen Reno 911?
No.
I was so hoping we would get to Reno 911.
You got some?
I mean, it's just like one of the greatest shows.
Have
of
you
all
really
time.
never seen it?
No. I've never seen it.
Rich?
I should have. I should.
Do you like laughing?
Yeah.
Do you like The Office?
Yeah.
Then you'd like Reno 911.
There you go.
All right.
They're
You
not
like
really
short
great.
shorts and cowboy boots?
I have seen this before, so yes.
Or Nick Swardson in his roller skates and tidy white shorts?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, it's so good.
I seen the meme where he comes out and he's got new boots on and he does
Yeah.
like a little heel click or
Yep.
whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You have to make it a goal for this year to watch at least one
Watch.
season.
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
or the movie. They have a movie that was like an actual movie that came in the theater. You could watch that and get the gist.
They had a
of it
Reno
pretty good.
911 movie.
Yeah.
It's not Super Troopers.
Unless
No.
it is disappointing as the
It's
Entourage
kind of-
movie, because that one was disappointing.
Yeah, that was bad.
Really?
Do you remember the Police Academy movie? I think it was maybe 5. They go to like Miami or something like
Yes.
that. That's what Reno 911 does. They go to Miami. They kind of show up there and show them what's up, how they police.
There's no Steve Guttenberg though.
No, I know it's a negative against the movie, but
Yeah.
man, we are really digressing.
We really are.
Yeah.
Okay, Lead Dog
Anyway.
Brewing Company in Reno, Nevada, founded in 2016. This sounds intriguing to me. It actually says on their website, located in the heart of Reno's brewing district.
I think we should probably go
I want to go there.
site visit.
As
this
far as I
hospital.
know, they really only have downtown. I don't know. I've been to Reno, and there's not a lot there.
It says located in the heart of Reno's brewing district.
that could just be 2 breweries, and I'd be fine with that.
Fine.
Back and forth,
Yeah. What exactly what makes up a district, so to speak?
A street.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. So you could walk from one to the other. Mm-hmm. Now it's Nevada. You could walk from one to the other with a beer in your hand.
I mean,
I think that's just Clark County.
Oh.
I don't know.
it's like the Wild
Megan
West.
would be
Try
our-
it.
Right.
Reno.
What are they gonna
expert.
do?
What are they going to do? Put you in jail?
Maybe.
Maybe ticket. It's a
Make
ticket.
sure you've had a few beers before.
Dolan, you lived out there, didn't you? No, you lived in Missouri, in Montana.
Montana. No.
That's close.
That's a
Michigan.
different. That's a different Dolan.
Wyoming.
Wyoming.
That's barely a state.
Nice pizza ranch hat.
That's what it is. Okay, so listed as a top 5 brewery in Reno. So there's at least 5 there, I guess.
Hopefully.
So there you go. Top
Yeah,
5
it's
brewery.
probably pretty ideal
I don't think so.
place to. I mean, the temperature stays.
Yeah.
It doesn't get too hot there, does it? No.
It's not deserty like
Yeah.
Nevada, like Las Vegas.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
you're like
more
you're in the
north.
foothills before you go up to the mountains, but it's probably got a pretty moderate climate.
Okay.
Good
Tap
for
house is
brewing
open
beer.
Monday through Wednesday, 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. Thursday from 3 to 10. Friday from 2 to 11. Saturday noon to midnight. That's when you really get down. And Sunday noon to 6.
Yep. So you get off work,
And
go there,
Hit up the
take a little napper.
This is really good.
Yeah, it's really good.
This is really good.
I like it a lot.
Interesting. So, are we gonna? So you did research on the other one on Dust Bowl. That's correct.
Yeah.
So okay. So let's we'll finish this one up and then let's hit the Dust Bowl IPA here. So
this was founded when? 2016?
2016, not very long ago. No.
Did the Dust Bowl really extend out to Nevada?
Oh,
wait, California?
You just spoilers.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
No,
No, you're
spoilers.
fine.
Getting ahead
You're
of
fine.
myself.
All right, bottoms up. We got to get to the second one.
That is also a bar in New York City
Bottoms up.
that Todd and I went into. It is a
choke,
gay
Rich.
bar. It is a gay bar.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Great name.
Oh,
Super good drinks.
that one got me.
It's right off Times Square, in case anybody wants to know, in the theater district.
So like old Times Square, like the way it used to be.
No, it's like, that one street with all the restaurants they try and talk you to going into while you're on your way to Broadway. We
Of
had
course.
some time to kill.
Yep. Okay, so the second one, Lateral from Dust Bowl Brewing Company in Turlock, California. This is just a regular IPA. Oh, not quite as
Hazy.
hazy. Well, I mean, a little bit. Brian, you want to hand me your
Yeah.
glass there?
So while you're pouring, I'm going to tell you a couple things about this place that I found out. This brewery won a gold medal at the Great America Beer Festival for their Baltic Porter, which is a style that is hardly around anymore. So they're a good brewery because
Okay.
they won. They won the gold in the beer that we're not drinking. This beer is available in Vermont. It gets all the way to Vermont, California, and Oklahoma.
Really?
Yeah,
Vermont?
as well as Reno.
They make it in Oklahoma?
It's distributed to Oklahoma.
It's interesting.
Why
You
Oklahoma?
cannot ship alcohol to Oklahoma.
You can't?
Nope.
Even
Tried.
wine?
My nurse got engaged, tried to ship her some champagne, and access denied.
No bueno.
Nope.
What if you just disguise it as a...
Well, it's like a liquor company, and they're like, no, we can't ship to Oklahoma.
I
So
understand.
I'd have to go on the black market and do it.
I know a guy.
There we go.
Sorry.
Brian will help you
I
out.
think Atlas should send you to the Great American Brewing
Oh, that's
Festival.
a great idea. That's the best idea. I've
Live
ever
reporting.
heard.
Don't give him any ideas.
Me and Dolan do a few dailies. We can handle this.
A few is all you'd be able to handle.
I've seen Dolan.
Have to do it right when the day
I've
started.
seen Dolan just had a few too many, like in Las Vegas. I don't know if he could handle.
Well, here's the pro tip: you get all the work done early, and then you just ride
Then
the
you're
wave.
off the clock.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so Lateral IPA from Dust Bowl Brewing Company.
Where's this? Is this the one that's in Turlock?
This is in Turlock. Yes.
Okay, so do you know who is from Turlock? I looked up some famous folks, and the biggest name to roll out of Turlock is Colin Kaepernick.
No kidding.
He's from there. There's also, I found about 7 kind of decent Major League Baseball players from the history of the
Okay,
town.
okay.
So they're a big sports place. There's also an Olympic rower from this town.
Okay.
Seemed like it was
Still
a
row in the Olympics?
Yeah. Yeah.
2008 gold medalist, I think it was.
Who are the ball players?
Nobody that we would know, really. There was one guy that was from the Royals that now lives in Nebraska, it said, but I don't know if that's legit or what. But
Maybe it's Sydney's boyfriend.
I don't think. Well, Nikki could be from there. It's impossible.
Yeah,
it's
who knows?
possible. I don't know.
Turlock.
Turlock.
All right, so this is just a straight IPA? Is that what
Just a
we're...
straight IPA. Yeah.
All right, it smells...
Different.
Yeah.
Kind of floral-y.
Yeah.
No, Hannah is not impressed.
That one's got a little more...
Cat urine
Hop to it.
taste?
Only 6.7% alcohol by volume. IPAs
Only.
are not listed on this one, so I would say they're probably more.
I have to look it up.
60, 70 probably, I'm going to guess.
All right, so here's the Dust Bowl information. Holy
Instrumentation.
cow, how strong are those beers?
Schnozzberries taste like schnozzberries.
Oklahoma. One of the things you said was, why does it go to Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? The Dust Bowl in the 30s
Yeah.
started. That was the main epicenter, was in Oklahoma, right?
Okay.
So the family that owns this brewery is third generation in California now, but they were from Oklahoma, right? So they left when all the dust storms were happening. So what I did was a bunch of research on that because I remember hearing about it in school and stuff, but it's not something that really anybody talks about anymore. Started in the 1930s, basically from 1934 to 1940, there was 3 different waves of these dust storms that would happen. It went up all the way to Nebraska, Colorado. Kansas was the biggest state that was affected, Oklahoma, and then Texas. Basically, what happened was with the invention of tractors, like gasoline tractors and combine harvesters, and they turned over a bunch of ground that they didn't normally, and there was no erosion protection. So
very flat.
There was also droughts, like record droughts. Usually these places get 20 inches of rain a year. They were getting 10 or 8 inches. So all those things combined with strong winds basically just blew the dirt everywhere. So what that basically became was the Dust Bowl. And they called these things black blizzards. When they would blow through, these storms would just blow up all the dirt everywhere.
That sounds terrible.
So,
especially when you're still bathing like in a tub out in your front
right,
yard, like
right.
you're not getting clean.
No.
I think what I found was, what was this specific date here?
Maybe the hops survived the
Could be.
Dust Bowl.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah, here it is. Okay, so at the peak of this drought, they were losing $25 million a day in agricultural costs, which today would be $450 million a day.
Wow.
One storm happened, let's see here, 4/14 of 1935. They called it Black Sunday, and there were 20 black blizzards. So basically was just like a strong windstorm that just picked up dirt, and it took it from Texas all the way to Canada, and then it just went east coast. It went to Chicago. One day there was 12 million pounds of topsoil ended up in Chicago from these storms, just dirt in the
Holy
city.
crap.
And then that storm made it 2 days later. It went all the way to New York City and Washington, D.C.
Wow.
In 1934 on the East Coast, there was red snow because there was so much dirt in the air and the atmosphere. It just changed the color. The other thing that I found that was kind of interesting, I thought, was the term Okie. Have you ever heard that before? So that was basically the people from Oklahoma, where the epicenter of this stuff, were displaced, and they left. They migrated to California.
Oh, okay.
So that's where this family comes from. So they're from, and there was let's see here. I had a number. 3.5 million people left the Great Plains where this was happening and went basically to California between 1934 and 1939. So it was a huge exodus of folks, the biggest that since this country's been around.
Sure.
And that's still a hard journey at that point.
That's
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had did you ever read The Grapes of Wrath in high school? That's
Everybody
from
had
that.
to. My kids still have to read that book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
They
And I've seen the
still do.
movie. I remember seeing that in high school.
So I checked this out on Trusty Untapped. This is actually lateral number 2, right? That's why the can looks like it does. There was a lateral number 1, but this is lateral number 2, 30 IBUs. So I was completely
Yeah,
wrong.
that's low. That's lower than the Hazy IPA that we had.
And it doesn't. That's weird because it doesn't taste like that. It seems more hoppy. Maybe.
Definitely is hoppy.
Yeah.
Probably just a different combination of hops is my guess. But
Possible. Yeah.
let's see if I had anything else interesting about that. That was mostly what I found.
That's interesting because, as I did a little bit of research on the brewery itself, they mentioned that family that moved up there that moved to Turlock. I guess I didn't read it close enough to realize that was because of the Dust Bowl, or that makes a whole lot of sense now.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of a cool history thing that we don't, there's really not a lot of people left that were around
Right.
at that time.
To
you know?
ask, yeah.
So basically, Oklahoma is to blame for this then.
Well, poor farming practices and, some other things, industrial inventions.
Okay.
And actually, I'm just guessing here,
Yeah.
but it does seem like Turlock is pretty lateral to Oklahoma. It's a little more lateral to Kansas, but
There you go.
Thus,
Closest
lateral.
I just
way.
made that up. But it does look legitimate on the
There
map.
was no interstate back then.
No.
And they're driving in a pretty jankety car. You're talking like 1934,
Sure.
know?
Yeah.
So
They
cars have been around for
they
20
may or
years.
may not have a car though.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
Yeah.
The other thing that was interesting that I found
Drove
out,
their tractor.
because I'm a music guy, this is the area, Turlock is the area of what's called the Bakersfield Sound, which is a genre of country music. And it is influenced because of the people that left like Missouri and Kansas, moving to California.
They brought it there.
And they brought that style of music, and it kind of intertwined, and that's why there's a pocket of Buck Owens is the biggest name
Okay.
from this the sound, and Dwight Yoakam is from that area as well. So there's a whole little subset of country music because of this Dust Bowl exodus.
Migration.
Interesting. I would not have known that. So
Me neither.
that's interesting. Old Buck Owens. Give me a
Yep.
Buck Owens song. Give me something.
Well, there's the famous one is the one with the Beatles covered.
I'd like you to sing it, please.
Let's see. They're gonna put me in the movies. They're gonna make a big star out of me.
Yes, I've heard this.
You know that one?
Yeah.
The biggest fool to ever hit the big time, and all I gotta do is act naturally. There you go.
That was pretty damn close.
Yep.
Act naturally.
I like it.
Buck Owens.
Nice.
I think he has a future in country music
Possibly. There we go.
and drinking beer.
Oh, I got it. Yes.
And, well, we know there's a future.
Finally.
We know there's a future in that.
Finally.
He's also a present, like
Right.
right now.
Look,
Present.
if you can go professional in playing video games, then I think Brian could potentially go professional in drinking beer.
Man.
There is, hey, and we
Right?
looked it up on Wine Wednesday, and there is a beer sommelier. So
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
maybe that's your.
How close are you to that?
Oh, not even close at
No?
all. No, not even close.
pretty intense. It's like a pretty intense
Really?
process.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like beer science.
Beer science.
Yeah. It's a like extensive course, a lot of coursework, tastings. Yeah, you have to be on point for that. I'm just a novice.
No, I'm just a
He's
novice.
just an enjoyer of the drinking.
I'm an amateur if you're a novice. How's that?
Okay. I
So
mean, I'll live with that. But
Okay. All right. So here's what I found out. Dust Bowl Brewing Company, Brett Tate met Don Oliver in 2006. Brett Tate had wanted to homebrew forever. Don Oliver was a home brewer and won the 2006 Sam Adams Long Shot Homebrewing Contest in 2009. Then, so they hung out for a bit and probably drank some Pabst and Keystone.
a lot of taste
and-
testing going on there. Yep.
Stuff like that. And then in 2009, they brewed their first beer.
the Tate, that's the family from Oklahoma, the Tate family.
The
That's
Tate
one I
family?
traced back, yeah.
Okay, there you go. So that clearly that's the connection there. So it's like you said, it's distributed in Oklahoma and then Vermont and then Reno too is probably one of the reasons why Susie brought it for us.
Yep.
Outside
Makes sense.
Yeah. Outside of that. So
Thanks, Susie.
thank you again, Susie. Yeah, it was I'm gonna say that Hershey picked this one out. So
He probably did.
He probably
has a great taste in beer.
He does,
Not
he
that he
does.
has ever drank a beer. We do not support that.
No, of course not. Their tap room hours, they're closed on Mondays, like any good brewery generally is. Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 10. Friday and Saturday, 11 to 9. Sunday, I have 11 to 9. I don't think that's right. I think it's 10 to 9. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's noon to 9. Someone keeps texting me. Who is this?
It's your wife. Wondering
Rainey.
what you're-
Rainey keeps texting me about not beer related, more recruiter related things. So
Boring.
yeah, boring. But they have food, but their menu is not online. But you can book you can get on Open Table and get a table that way. So my guess is the food is a little fancier because of
I
that.
always wonder why more, like, it goes with wine, but why don't more breweries have food? Like even Crosstrain.
Sure.
Do they have food now?
Food trucks.
Oh,
Yep.
well,
They
good
bring
food
food
truck.
trucks 2 or
Yes.
3 times a week now, and they're very happy to have people bring food there.
Bring
Like,
food.
They have a bunch of
Oh, like a little
menus
picnic.
right there.
Yes.
They'll like let you deliver food and
Right.
that sort of stuff. They're big proponents of that.
Like it. All right.
And
Now we don't have to have the kitchen staff. And
Yeah,
the food
you're-
cost
True.
is killer.
Yes.
So that's why.
Stay in your lane, right? I mean, if
What
you're
do they
good
say?
at-
Like you can make 400% profit on alcohol. Like they make more money at restaurants of alcohol than they do off the food for sure.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I can see that.
I'm buying $8 pints of beer. I'm pretty
Right.
sure that's right.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, that's what you're going for, right? But then there are some breweries that have fantastic food, right?
For sure. I was in Charlotte last week at one and had amazing food. So
Yeah?
it was like the reason to kind of go there, and the beer was really good too. So
Like
there
what
you
was the best thing you had there?
it was a sandwich that was like, let's see, what did it have? It had Carolina style barbecue.
Yes.
It had thick cut ham.
Yes.
It had fried egg. It had hickory smoked bacon, and then it had chicken, like half of a chicken, like a really thinly sliced chicken breast.
Were you in heaven?
It felt like it because I was drinking what they called a Juicy J, which was their hazy IPA there. Oh, it was heavenly.
That sounds like heaven.
I got into an Uber from the airport, rolled to this brewery at 11:02. They opened at 11.
Yep.
And by 11:15, I had a flight in front of me. That's pretty heaven-like, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. So
That is some event planning right there. That's good trip planning.
I've done it once
Priorities.
or twice. Yeah.
Once or twice. So I've had some pretty fantastic food at breweries too. Avery Brewing Company in Colorado.
Yeah, they do make good stuff.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh. Holy
Where's
cow.
that one?
That one is in I want to say Longmont. Is it in Longmont? Right outside of
I
Denver.
think there's one there, yeah.
God, I apologize,
Good to know,
Avery. I
see?
should know where this is.
Oscar Blues has good
I
food
just
too.
think if you're
Oscar
drinking,
Blues,
you should
yes.
be eating. That's just
Absolutely.
It goes hand in hand
It
usually.
really does. That's why I put on so much weight. Thanks, beer.
Oh,
Is it
I
the
know.
beer or the nachos with the beer?
I blame the beer. I really do.
Touche.
So, all right. So, okay. Again, Susie Webb, thank you so much.
Thanks, Susie.
If, like I say this every single time. If you run across a brewery or you run across a food place that has good beer, one of the two,
Yeah.
please let us know. Or if you feel so inclined, send it to us, and we'll be more than happy to drink it right here.
Oh
on the
yeah, we'll
podcast.
feature that and
Heck yeah.
pump you up.
We'll
for
say your
sure.
name multiple times.
Susie, Susie.
Exactly.
There you go, just like that.
Just like that. We don't even pay for fancy effects. But
Don't need them.
no,
All natural.
not at all. So there you go. Hannah, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
It was awesome. We'll have you on again. So Hannah Bryant, the wine extraordinaire from Wino Wednesday.
I get it from my mother.
There you go. Your mom makes you drink, or your mom?
She made me start drinking wine
Oh.
because she needed somebody to drink it with.
Oh, cool.
I
I
blame.
used to hate wine.
I blame kids.
Oh, that's definitely a big factor.
Well, yeah.
A reason to,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I gotcha.
Yes. So there you go.
Have you seen they have the new wine bottles that like it's your kid's face and you give it to the teacher and
Yes.
it's like you're
Oh,
my
here's
kid's the reason you
Oh,
drink.
Yep. And the
Happy
teacher's
Christmas
like,
break.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Probably don't
the
even get
bottle
out of
in the classroom.
I was gonna say they don't even get out of the class probably.
As soon as 3:30 rolls around or whatever, and those kids are out the door, they're
No
hammering.
judgment.
Yep.
No judgment.
They're drinking right out of the bottle.
I know what my kids like, so yeah, I get it.
Awesome. So make sure, if you don't already and you just ran across us for the very first time, subscribe to our podcast through Apple iTunes or the Google Play Store or Stitcher or
Tune in.
TuneIn.
Maybe Joe Rogan's wasn't loading for you.
Maybe.
Check us out.
Check us out.
Yeah.
We're not nearly as good as that guy, but
We're getting there.
we drink some
He
beer.
don't drink beer on that show.
Right.
Talks about werewolves and stuff, but he don't talk about IPAs.
That's true.
Maybe I need to listen to Joe Rogan.
You should.
Yeah, I think you
Figure out
should.
what
yeah.
the heck Todd's
Make it a
listening
family
to.
night. You and Todd
Yeah,
get
some
together.
podcasts. and
Turn
some
on the
wine.
fire, drink some IPAs,
Listen to
Joe
UFC
Rogan.
talking. That's what that's mostly about.
Exactly. So follow us on wherever you listen to podcasts. We are available. Thanks to Dolan and Jamie here on the technical side. Next week we're going to do a sour. I'm super excited for this one. This is my style right here. So
Yeah, it is.
as much as, and I'm looking directly at Brian when I say this because he's made me drink so many stouts.
Yeah.
We're going to drink a sour from Denver, Colorado, Great Divide Brewing Company. I'm super excited for this one. So
I'm in.
we'll see you next week.